On October 24, 2025, Eastern Time, the S&P 500 index closed up 0.58%, the Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 0.31%, and the Nasdaq Composite Index gained 0.89%. The trade war is currently in a state of negotiation amid ongoing conflicts. As long as both sides avoid a complete breakdown in relations, this remains positive for financial markets. On the news front, China and the U.S. will hold trade talks in Malaysia from October 24 to 27. Additionally, shares of U.S. chip giant Intel surged sharply in after-hours trading, soaring over 9% at one point. Intel's latest earnings report showed third-quarter revenue grew 3% year-over-year, marking the company's first positive year-on-year growth in a year and a half. Simultaneously, the company returned to profitability in the fourth quarter of 2023, with gross margins hitting their highest level in a year and a half. Strategists at J.P. Morgan Chase and Bank of America now anticipate the Federal Reserve will announce an end to its balance sheet reduction, currently around $6.6 trillion, at next week's policy meeting, concluding the process aimed at withdrawing liquidity from financial markets. These two major Wall Street banks have further advanced their forecasts for the Fed's conclusion of quantitative tightening (QT), the process of reducing holdings of Treasury bonds and mortgage-backed securities, citing recent increases in borrowing costs in the dollar funding markets. Previously, they had generally anticipated the Fed's balance sheet reduction would conclude in December or early next year. U.S. President Donald Trump pardoned CZ, founder of cryptocurrency company Binance. Upon this news, the price of BNB, Binance's primary trading token, surged by 8% at one point. This rally spread across the broader cryptocurrency market, with both Bitcoin and Ethereum, key market indicators, seeing price increases, reflecting investors' positive reaction to the news. Binance had previously admitted to violating U.S. anti-money laundering laws in 2023, paying a fine of up to $4.3 billion and subsequently being barred from operating in the United States. Binance founder CZ himself served nearly 4 months in prison in 2024 as a result. The court order explicitly stipulated that CZ could not participate in Binance management or decision-making activities for 3 years after his release. During this period, Binance must operate under the supervision of an independent compliance officer reporting directly to the U.S. Department of Justice. This restriction forms part of the sentencing conditions, classified as an additional term within the criminal and compliance penalties. If this pardon is indeed a political pardon from Trump, it is highly likely to be a full pardon. Theoretically, CZ could resume control of Binance or return as an advisor. Of course, this is not without limitations. Binance's compliance oversight agreement remains in effect. This is a corporate-level compliance agreement signed with the Department of Justice, which is not automatically nullified by an individual pardon. This means that even if CZ resumes his role, Binance must still undergo a 3-year probationary period. Therefore, the greatest benefit of this pardon for CZ may be his ability to re-engage in Binance decision-making. Initially, CZ may participate as an advisor, but this alone suffices for him to legally and compliantly participate in Binance's daily operations. This pardon is viewed as clearing a major legal hurdle for both CZ and Binance. CZ posted on social platform X, "I am deeply grateful for the pardon granted today and thank President Trump for upholding America's commitment to fairness, innovation, and justice." He added, "We will spare no effort to help the U.S. become the global capital of cryptocurrency and advance Web3 worldwide."